Good morning, class. Have a seat. Hi, good morning. Show me that you're actively listening, and then we can begin. Thank you. Today we will be learning about using sensory details to describe places in our own writing. The lesson objective today is the student will revise writing samples describing places with sensory details such as sight, sound, smell, touch, and taste. Sensory words include descriptions of our 5 senses. We have 5 senses. Who can name one of those 5 senses? Yes. Sight. Correct. That's one. Sight. We see. Sight. Taste. Very good. Our sense is taste. We are tasting. What's another sense? Smell. Yes. We smell. We have 3. There's 2 more. Touch. Yes. Our sense is touch. We touch. Last one. Sound. We hear. We hear with sound. Now that we have our 5 senses, I'm going to go into an example of one of them. I'm going to use touch. And as I give examples, I want you to notice the difference between my 2 sentences. The first one. It is cold outside. It is cold outside. This one doesn't have much sensory detail. I'm simply telling you that it's cold outside. It's plain, it's straightforward, it's simple. It is cold outside. You as the reader understand it is cold outside. Now I'm going to give you another example of touch using sensory detail. The brisk air brushed my cheek. The brisk air brushed my cheek. What is different about this sentence? Yes, it does include more words. It's a longer description, it has more details in it. What else do you notice? Right, I didn't explicitly say that it's cold. I said there is brisk air. What is the brisk air doing? Yes, it's brushing my cheek. So in this example, the brisk air brushed my cheek. I'm using words like brisk and brush and cheek to show you what I'm experiencing. I'm the author. I'm showing you, the reader, the experience that I have. You as the reader are now experiencing the same thing because I'm using sensory description. The touch one. When an author is simply telling you something, it is cold outside, there's not much you can experience from that. You understand, I understand, it's simply cold outside. But whenever I use sensory details, sensory description, the brisk air brushed my cheek, you are now experiencing that same thing. You can feel the cool air, the brisk air. brushing against your cheek. Maybe there's a wind blowing. Great. We're going to move on to mentor text examples. So we have been reading Magnificent Homespun Brown, A Celebration by Samara Cole Doyon. Now, Doyon, this author that we've been studying, includes vivid imagery in her writing. This is accomplished through use of sensory details. She's not simply telling us, she is showing us. She's inviting us into the world that she creates because she's using sensory details. Let's read a couple examples from the text here and see if we can find out where she uses these sensory details. Okay, everyone, I want you to open up your books and go to this page. Show me you're ready by actively listening. Okay. Deep, secret brown, like the subtly churning river currents playfully beckoning me. Through my grandmother's kitchen window, winding steadily past banks of tall grass and wild rose bushes, carrying miles of life and endless possibility on their never-ending journey to the sea. What do we notice in this? Who can give me an example of a sensory detail? Yes, that's good. Sight. Tall grass and wild rose bushes. She's not saying flowers. She's not saying greenery, field even. She's giving specific sight. Tall grass, wild rose bushes. Good. What else do we see? Yes. Yes. So we have touch, winding steadily past banks, as if you're moving along the bank, it's winding. Good. Let's go to the second example. I want you to turn to this page in your book. Thundering brown, like a boisterous cackling dive into a mountain of autumn-dried leaves on my grandpa's lawn. As my shrieks of joy and triumph shoot to the top of the clear, pale sky, the last remnants of fragile relent their grip on bare branches and come tumbling down in defeat. What sensory details do we see included here? Yes, boisterous cackling dive. That's sound. Sound, we can hear it. Boisterous cackling. It's not laughter. It's boisterous, loud, booming. Very good. She uses description words. There's imagery here. Doyon is showing us this world. She's showing us the laughter, the cackling. It's boisterous. She's not just telling us they're laughing. She's giving us sensory descriptions so that we can hear that cackle. What else do we notice? What other sensory detail? Yes, another example of sound. Shrieks of joy and triumph shoot. We can hear the shriek shooting. Action words. She's being very descriptive. What else? Yes, fragile. Relent their grip on bare branches. That's touch. Grip on a bare branch. You can feel the wood in between your fingers. You know the texture. You feel the branch. Gripping the bare branch. Good. Okay, I want you to look at your own writing now that we have gone through examples of senses, sensory descriptions. I want you to look at your own writing. Make revisions to improve. That's what good writers do. You are good writers. You can use these sensory details in your own writing samples. Open up your writer's notebook. Find a draft that you are working on that has a description of a person, place, or thing. That's a noun. Person, place, or thing. Is your description showing the reader the world you created? Can they experience your world for themselves? Is it bringing your writing to life? If yes, great. Keep using sensory details. Add some more. Find where you can include those. Is your description straightforward? Are you telling the reader what's going on? Make revisions. Where can you add these sensory details to bring your story to life and show the reader the world you have created? Think of sight, sound, taste, smell, and touch. As you're writing today, hold on to your examples. I will go around the class to discover what you are writing. I see some incredible imagery through sensory descriptions. You're showing the reader your world rather than just telling them about it. They get to experience it themselves. Okay, I want to collect some more examples. Everyone, eyes up here. Who has an example they would like to share with everyone that they did about sensory details in their writing? Yes. Another one. Yes. Very good, I like that. Which of the senses did he use? Yes. Another one. Okay. Good. Great writing today, class. You worked hard to revise your writing for strong imagery through sensory details. You did sight and taste and smell and sound and touch. Good writers show their readers what they are describing rather than simply telling them.